You don't need a coach. You don't need a coach. Yes, people, welcome to 2S Live, a new show called There's the Door. First and foremost, Happy New Year to every single person. It's 2021. We've left 2020 with all the nonsense of COVID behind. Hopefully the vaccine gets released to everybody. They've started giving it to the more risky patients, and I hope it's going to be getting to people like us so that we can all get the vaccine and life can come back to normal. But one thing about Brexit, which is another thing I want to talk about, is the fact that it's going to be affecting the transfer window. I hope you know that, and in case you don't know that, we're going to touch on that in a bit. Well, welcome to this show, which I call There's the Door. Now, when you tell someone that there's the door, what do you mean? It simply means I want you to walk out that way because I want you out of my house. So basically, go out the door. If you like, do whatever you want to do beyond my door, but I want you out of my house. But on this show, it's a bit different. There's no rules. Just like Specs Gonzalez always says, there is no rules. So here I'm making my own rule because it's my own show. So when I say there's the door, it simply means there's the door for you to walk out and there's the door for you to walk in. So today we're just going to do a crash course on some of the players that are potentially going to leave Arsenal. Maybe this window, maybe in the summer, we don't know. And potentially some of the players that are going to be coming into Arsenal Football Club. Thank you. If you're just joining, make sure that you share, like, and subscribe. One thing I've totally forgotten is to set up my Instagram. I think I'm going to do that right now so that I can get a few people from my Instagram to know that the show has started. I always make this mistake. Bear with me 1 second, guys. Bear with me 1 second, people. Ooh. Transfer news. Other details to that. Yep. 1 second, people. This is highly unprofessional. Okay. All right. Done that now. I'm gonna hook this up now. All right, good. If you're just joining on Instagram, come to my YouTube right now. I'm talking about transfers, and I want you guys to contribute. Okie dokie. Who is the first player we're going to talk about? Let's talk about this guy. Maybe we should talk about Kolasinac. I think I talked about Kolasinac already. Let's just talk about Kolasinac. So I talked about Kolasinac yesterday, and he's gone back on loan to Schalke. And that's because he's not getting playing time, obviously, and we can't blame him for that. I really feel sorry for this guy. And the reason I feel sorry for him is simply because he has this, I think he's better attacking than defending. And I think this is something that we all knew before we bought him from Schalke, because he was in the team of the season, or should I say the team of the whole league in Bundesliga before we got him. And for some weird reason, it just didn't work out for him, and he's gone back to where he came from. This guy started his professional career in 2012 in Schalke, but for some weird reason, it just doesn't suit him. So maybe Germany is the best place for him to go back to. I touched on him yesterday, and kudos to him for taking a pay cut. I mean, obviously, unlike some players in our squad that don't want to take a pay cut, you know what I'm talking about. He's taking a pay cut, and he's going back to Bundesliga, where he came from. So I'm not necessarily going to blame him, but listen, this guy wants to play football. This guy has an ambition. He's not going to be sitting down and saying stuff like, "Oh, I want to honor my contract, blah, 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 blah." Footballers that want to play football will do the right thing. And let's be real, these guys are on high wages anyway. So I'm sure he's looking at it like, listen, I want to play football. I think I'm content with the amount of money I'm earning. I want to play football. I'm not going to sit here and say I'm loyal. Someone on Instagram says Ozil. Yeah, that's Ozil is what I'm talking about. Ozil is who I'm talking about. Listen, I wish you best of luck. And I think there is a catch to his loan deal. And that's if Schalke should get relegated, he's probably going to be coming back. I hope he goes there and saves the day for them. The next person we're going to be looking at is obviously Mustafi. Mustafi is someone that people are saying that Barcelona wants him. I don't know how true that is, because I find that very difficult to understand why Barcelona will want him. But for some weird reason, they've said that Barcelona wants him. If that's true, I guess it's one very good deal that I'm hoping we get done. I mean, if Barcelona is telling you that they want a player that almost all Arsenal fans are kind of tired of, then I'm pretty sure if all Arsenal fans are asked to contribute some money, they'll be willing to contribute some money just to get him into the plane and get him there. Without any disrespect to him, it's just what it is. He's not done well for Arsenal. He came from Valencia. He came from La Liga. According to them, he was a good player in La Liga. So maybe the Barcelona people looked and said, listen, this guy played very well in Valencia. We might as well just, get him in Arsenal Football Club. Anyway, that being said, another player who might be walking out the door is Sokratis. I mean, the last time Sokratis played for Arsenal was the FA Cup final. He played like 2 minutes. Wow, 2 minutes. I'm sure that 2 minutes was just for Arteta to, just to have a feel of the game, so that you don't feel left out, so you get the medal and stuff. Ever since Arteta came, it was very obvious he didn't want Sokratis for some weird reason. I know a lot of Arsenal fans don't like him, but I still saw a lot of grit from this guy. I still saw a lot of passion from this guy. And I'm hearing rumors now that there was one player that got angry with Arteta in the dressing room. I don't know who that player is. They didn't reveal the person, but they're saying he's a player that is angry that Arteta is not treating people fairly. He's not balanced in the way he treats people. That might be true. Who knows? But in a team whereby you have more than 25 players, there's always going to be the disgruntled staff. And those disgruntled ones are usually the ones that probably are not getting good playing time. It's normal. It's normal. Some people in other clubs conduct themselves a bit better than others. Some don't. Well, according to TalkSport, Sokratis is set to be the next unwanted Arsenal player out the door. The defender is not included in Arteta's Premier League squad, obviously, and is understood to be in talks with a move to Fenerbahce in Turkey. Arteta admitted this week he is eager to ship out a number of players. Like I said, Kolasinac has already agreed to move to Schalke. And Sokratis is the next person to follow. So I don't really blame Arteta for trying to do a clear out, because obviously right now we're not playing very well. So you can't blame Arteta for wanting a clear out. And some of these players did not even make the squad. Some of these players didn't make the squad. Sokratis didn't make the squad. I'm talking about players that did not make the squad. Is this other player, Ozil? Ozil is another player that didn't make the squad. There's been a lot of back and forth about Ozil. There's been a lot of division in Arsenal Football Club because of Ozil. This guy has created so much division that right now nobody even knows whether they're right or wrong anymore. But one thing is for sure, when a player is so divisive among the fans, then there's always an element of truth in both parties. There is no doubt that Ozil is one of the most creative players in the world. There is also no doubt that his work rate is probably the lowest amongst many footballers I've seen. There is no doubt. But then again, there's one school of thought that feels that Ozil should just remain the way he is and not bother tackling, not bother running back to defend, not bother helping other players. They should be able to do it around him. And maybe that's because it worked for him in Germany and it worked for him in the likes of Real Madrid. But as a football player, when you see that you're being paid the highest amount of money, maybe say for instance in your workplace, if you're being paid the highest amount of money, people expect more from you. And that's just the reality. If you go into a place of work and say, for instance, they're going to be paying you 350K and you meet so many people in that workplace and they're earning like 100K, you don't expect them to put more demands on the guys that are on 100K compared to the guys that are on 350K. It is not done anywhere in this world. Never. The demand is going to be more on the people that are earning more because that's the reason they're paying you more. So what happened is people in Arsenal were expecting Ozil to be able to take the game by the scruff of the neck, and he doesn't do it. He doesn't do it often, and that's one of the reasons why there's a lot of division. When the team is playing well, Ozil plays well. When the team is not playing well, Ozil finds it very difficult to take the game by the scruff of the neck, and that's what's causing the division in Arsenal Football Club over the years. I have not seen any player in the history of Arsenal that's caused so much division like Ozil. I have not. If you look at other clubs, you don't hear all these divisions about the likes of De Bruyne or David Silva or even Henry. Do you know what I mean? You don't hear all these divisions about these players, but why are we hearing this about Ozil? So there's an element of truth in both parties. I have always admitted that Ozil, for me, is one of the most gifted footballers. I always say it, but at the same time, he's very lazy. I'm not shy to say the truth. It is the truth. And this season now they're saying he's going to be among the highest or should I say 10 best players that are available on free. You're looking at the likes of Lionel Messi, you're looking at the likes of Sergio Ramos, you're looking at the likes of Sergio Aguero, Mulnagium. Those are stars that are going to be on free transfers by this summer. So listen, for me, I think it's better for everyone if Ozil just leaves, in my opinion. I believe it's just better for him to leave once and for all so that everyone can rest, because it's best for both parties. Another player we're going to be looking at is Bellerin. Yes, who he's supposed to be, I don't know, the second captain in the squad. Hector Bellerin as well. This guy is on 110,000 per week. 110,000 per week. I think that's like the fourth or fifth highest player in Arsenal. And almost all Arsenal fans want him gone. Almost all Arsenal fans want him gone. So the question is, do you want him gone, or do you want him to remain in the club? People are saying that Barcelona wants him. I don't know if that is really true, but that's what we're hearing, that that they want him. Do you know what I mean? I don't really understand why they will want him. I don't really know whether it's true, because looking at someone that is not really wanted by a team like Arsenal, why would a team like Barcelona want him? I'm finding it very difficult to understand if there's any truth in that. Honestly, I'm finding it very difficult to understand that. Callum Chambers. This is another player who just came back from injury not too long. He's another player that we got from Southampton, like Chamberlain and Walcott. He's been at this club since 2014, people. 2014. I think he was 19 then. That's 6 years ago. 6 years ago, people. And he's had ups and downs. Sometimes he plays very well, sometimes he doesn't. I think the last game he played was for, against Chelsea, when we lost to Chelsea last year. Or shall I say, no, is it last year or last 2 years when Arteta came? I think last year, yeah, last year. He hasn't played for Arsenal, since for 317 days now. I think the last game he played was against Dundalk in the Europa League. He came in and he played, a few minutes. This guy has gone on loan to Middlesbrough in 2016. He went on loan to Fulham. I think he was even the Fulham best player of the year before they got relegated. But then again, it's probably going to be difficult for him to make the squad now. It's going to be difficult for him to make the squad now, in my opinion. And the reason I think it's going to be difficult for him to make the squad is simply because you've got the likes of Mari now. Mari is looking impressive. Let's be real. Mari is looking really, really impressive. You look at Gabriel that we've purchased. He's looking very good as well. So maybe one of the reasons Holding is not bad, even if at all, I'm not entirely Holding's biggest fan, but I still feel that Holding is doing all right. It's going to be difficult for him to break into the team. It's going to be really difficult for him to break into the team. And you still need leaders there, whether we like it or not. Luis is still the leader in that squad. So it's going to be very difficult for him to break into the squad. Very difficult. But then again, at this one of the few players that you say, since 2014 he's been in this club, and you can't really say this is someone you look up to and say you can rely on. Do you know what I mean? The level of inconsistency in Arsenal is shocking. It's shocking. And for you to be able to make it in football, you need to be consistent. So the question is, do you want him out this door, or do you want him, to stay? That's the question. Do you want him out this door? Or do you want him to stay? Talking about players that might be potentially coming through this door. Julian Brandt. Yes. Julian Brandt is a player that plays for Dortmund currently. I had a quick look at this guy. This guy came in, from Bayer Leverkusen for 23 million in 2019. But it's a bit shocking what I'm saying. So he's made 13 appearances. He's only started 6 of them. And he has just 1 assist. So, you have the likes of Marco Reus and, Sancho ahead of him in the pecking order. But this guy has only, made 6 starts and only 1 assist. So is this the right player to go for now? Because look, I don't want a situation whereby we have another Pepe on our hands. I'm going to be really angry. I'm going to be really, really angry. So why is he not starting games? Because you have the likes of Marco Reus, who is 31, by the way, and Sancho's ahead of him. And he has only 1 assist. So is it because they don't believe too much in him? Or I don't know. You guys tell me. According to Builds, the interest in Brandt is concrete, and the summer move could be on the cards. Well, Fox said that we also know he has connections at Arsenal with Mertesacker. Apparently, they have the same agents. The same agents, people. I don't know how that sounds, people. I don't know how that sounds. This whole agency connection that they're talking about. They're saying he has the same agents with Mertesacker. Apparently, Mertesacker is German. He's German. So, is this another recruitment that is potentially because of the links? Or is it a recruitment that is potentially because of how good he is? Like I said, this guy has only made 6 starts this season. 6. And the rest of them is come off the bench. And even in Champions League, he only started 2 games in Champions League. They played 6 games in Champions League. He only started 2 games in Champions League. And the rest of them, the other 4, he came off the bench, playing few minutes, like 20 minutes, 21 minutes. So the question is this another agency recruitment? Or is it a recruitment that is based on how good he is? These are the things I really need to understand. I haven't watched him well enough to tell you that, okay, this guy is good. He's going to be, one hell of a player and all that. But are we in danger of recruiting based on links? And that's one of the things I'm a bit scared of. So according to Falk, he said I could very well imagine it is going to be coming because of that links between himself and Mertesacker. Whether a transfer will take place is still a bit open. The winter January is perhaps a bit too short notice, so it could be a summer deal. Another thing I want you guys to understand is because of Brexit, you can't be doing all these last minute deals anymore because of Brexit. Because now Brexit, now UK is no more part of the EU, and because UK is no more part of the EU, you need a visa to work here and work permits. So even if you're playing in Germany or you're playing in France, which is usually very easy for you to just transfer and just come here and work back in the days, it's no more the case now because of Brexit. So we need to put out the back of our minds. Brexit is going to change a lot of things. So all that firefighting approach and last-minute ditch approaches that Arsenal are fond of doing, they need to stop that nonsense. They need to go out and get whoever they need to get now and not wait till midnight. Because if you're waiting till midnight, there's a potential that if you don't get that work permit, the deal is going to be cancelled. So Brexit is going to be affecting a lot of transfers now because UK now you'll be requiring all those visas and all whatnot. So it's very, very, very important. Things are going to be changing, and there's going to be bilateral deals and agreements between UK and each countries in the EU. They're going to be having different arrangements. So it's not a case of where back in the days UK kind of, because they're part of the EU, there's one unilateral agreement. No, UK is going to be having a separate agreement with France. UK is going to be having a separate agreement with Germany, and so on and so forth. So things are changing now. Things are changing now. Another player which we might probably, potentially see through this door is this guy, Isco. Now, Isco has only started 3 games this season out of 16, people. 3 games out of 16. And he came in as a sub 7 times, and he has only 1 assist. 1 assist, almost very similar to Julian Brandt. Now, my concern is, at what point will Arsenal be able to demand players from top clubs that are the best of the best in those clubs? At what point can we go out and say, I want to get your best player in a top club, not in a small club, in a top club? I want to get your best player. I'm coming in. I want to get your best player. Take it by force. At what point are we going to be able to do that, people? Because I don't get it. This guy, the last time he played was November 8th. November 8th. That's the last time he played. And according to the Sun, Zidane has explained that Isco is going to be an important player. It is true that he is not playing much, and I am not giving him the opportunity to show the player that he is. I feel sorry for many players. That's what all the coaches say. I feel sorry for many players, and I will never forget what I have experienced with them. I know it's a difficult job for these coaches, people. I know it's a very, very difficult job because you cannot field more than 11 players on the football pitch. I get it. But this guy has only played 3 times, people. And the last time he started was November. We're already in January now. November 8th. That's 2 months ago. And the question now is, will Isco do it for you, people? Will Isco do it for you? Will Isco prove to be that missing piece? Because he's not very athletic. I was saying this yesterday. but he's not a very athletic player. And the fact that we are lacking a lot of legs and creativity at the same time is one of the main problems we have in Arsenal. We need people that can make the runs box to box and also create, because the Premier League is hard. The Premier League is hard. According to Zidane, just to read on, according to Zidane, he said it is true that he is not playing much and I'm not giving him the opportunity to show the player that he is. So Zidane is practically trying to tell us that, he's a very good player, but he's not giving him the playing opportunities. If he's a very good player, why are you not playing him? That's the question. It simply means other people are doing a better job than him. That's just what it is. And now he went on and said he has to work hard to get another chance. But what's being said, I can't respond because we don't control it. And what's being said is what's being said in the social media. But according to the Spanish outlet AS, they're saying that Zidane is more likely to keep Isco and allow him to move at the end of the season. And there's another thing I want you guys to understand about Isco. Isco kind of wants to play for Chelsea. Isco has come out to tell us that he likes Chelsea, that he loves Chelsea. Well, not in those words, but he's come out to say he's interested. He's shown some interest in Chelsea. So if a player is telling you he's interested in Chelsea, do you really think he'll want to come to Arsenal? I'm sure the guys looked at him and said, listen, all the problems in Arsenal is these guys are not going to buy players that are going to compliment me. They're not going to buy players because I'm not the kind of player that likes to run up and down the whole pitch. And I know Arsenal is not going to be buying the players like Kante, like Jorginho, players that are going to be covering my ass if I lose the ball. It's probably going to be looking at it and say, you know what? I probably, I think Chelsea is a better place for me to play. I'm just going to take a few comments here and there. Right. I think some of these comments are people having a chat with each other. Man said Papa is going as well. Yeah, Papa is probably going to be going to Fenerbahce from the looks of things. And listen, the last time this guy played was FA Cup final. FA Cup final. Like, seriously, man. FA Cup final. 2 minutes of football. Although he played it against Wimbledon. Is it Wimbledon? Wimbledon, yeah. I don't know how to pronounce his name. Wimbledon. But that was, with all the small boys, the Martinellis, and all that. But listen, the guy's gone, as far as I'm concerned. Slayer says, let him go. He's useless. Be nice, man. Be nice. These guys are not nice, man. Guys are not nice. Yeah, I mean, the last time he played was, FA Cup final. Sterling said he made no appearances. Like, calm down. He has not made any appearance this season. Definitely. He's going to Turkey, yeah? He's linked to Turkey. He's going to Fenerbahce. He deserves to leave. Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want to hold anybody's destiny back. Arsenal is not a destiny holder. We should let these guys go. I know he tried to leave during the summer, but it didn't work out for him. It didn't work out. I think he was supposed to go to Napoli, and the deal broke down somehow in the middle. And these are the things I'm saying. With this Brexit deal now, we need to be getting deals over the line as quickly as possible. We need to be, because things are different now. Things are different. All the work permit and processing and all that, those things, if you don't expedite it, it's probably going to take time. And even if they expedite it, they still need to approve it before you say you want to sign. So those are very important things. Slayer says, I would want Julian Draxler over Isco. Well, if you're going to compare, first and foremost, what we need, right, Slayer, is a creative midfielder that plays behind the striker in the middle. Yeah? Julian Draxler plays more on the wings. Okay? So, except you want to get rid of Pepe and bring Julian Draxler, that's a different topic. But even Julian Draxler right now is not even making first team in PSG. Do you know what I mean? So, I don't know about that, man. It's a sticky one for me. He's linked with Leeds, Slayer. Who is linked with Leeds? This guy says Chelsea shit. Listen, man, the man has got the right to love the club he likes, He likes Chelsea, let him go to Chelsea if he wants to go to Chelsea. But that's Isco's words, not mine, Yo, bro, can we join you in the link? Listen, I didn't really put the link out today because I was just gonna do a quick transfer. But do you know what? I'm gonna put the link. Give me the next. What's the time now? Give me the next 5 minutes. Let me run through the last couple of players, and then I'm gonna put the link in, and then you can come in, and then we can chat. Okay? Yeah. So just hang on a minute. I'm gonna put in the link, and then we can chat. Yeah. Next 5 minutes, please. Next 5 minutes. Right. I'm just gonna go to the last player, the last but not the least player. I already talked about him yesterday, but I still want to talk about him because I love him. And that's Bundia. Is it Bundia, or how do you guys pronounce this guy's name? All these names are so hard, man. Emiliano Bundia or Bundia or Bundai or Bundia. Listen, I've seen a few highlights of this guy, and I kind of love what I see. Right now, Norwich are number 1 in the championship, and he's their best player. This guy has 6 goals and 7 assists. And, putting the stats aside, like I always say, I am not entirely a believer of stats. Sometimes stats could be deceiving. Seeing for me is believing. I like to see the player play and see if it's one of the things we need in Arsenal Football Club. And this guy, to me, has actually shown that he can actually play, in the Premier League. He was in the Premier League last season, let's not forget. And last season, he had 7 assists for Norwich in the Premier League. 7 assists. That's more than a lot of players in Arsenal. And he was playing for Norwich. This season, he already has 7 assists, and we're just half of the league. Although that's not in the Premier League, that's in the Championship. But this guy has shown that with the right players around him, he probably will be able to do damage. But one thing I said yesterday, I'm going to say it again, is he's told his manager he prefers to play behind a striker. But right now, the manager, he's putting him on the right wing with a bit more freedom. And that freedom is to have a little bit of free roll where he drifts into the middle and, does the damages in the middle. Do you know what I mean? So he's a player that, for me, if I'm going to be choosing between him and, say, Isco, for instance, and, say, Julian Brandt, for instance, I'm probably going to be looking at him and saying, do you know what? This guy, for me, has done it in the Premier League before. He plays in England. He's shown already that he can do it in England. So, for me, it's a lesser risk. I'm going to be looking at players that are not as risky. That's what I'm going to be looking at. I'm going to be looking at players that I feel, just like the mistake we made with Pepe, for instance. Emery wanted Zaha, but at the end of the day, he went for Pepe. I mean, they went for Pepe, not him. So if you think about it, we need players that already have that experience in Premier League. It's very, very important. It's very important that we have players that already have experience in Premier League, because it's lesser work with them. Do you know what I mean? Listen, people, I'm gonna put the links now. Let me put the link in the description right now. I don't know if that guy still wants to join. Let me just do that now. Just put the link in the description, and anyone that wants to join can join. And if you don't join the next 5 minutes, then I will have to call it a day, people. YouTube. All right. You can hear my voice now. All right. Kidoki. Just gonna do that right now, people. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna put the link in the description right now. Right now, people. I'm gonna do that right now. Right. The studio now. Okay, so link should be updated right now. Should be able to see the link right now. I'm saving it. I'm not sure if the link is there right now, to be honest. Can you let me know if you can see the link in the description, people? Can you let me know? Hey, Sterling, you're right. By the latest training picks, what do you mean? Can you let me know if you can see the link in the description, people? I think someone said he wants to join. Is this Syed? Syed said he wants to join. I don't know if he's still on the stream. Yeah, the problem with pinning in the chat, yeah? The problem with pinning in the chats. Okay. I'm going to get it right now. I'm going to do that right now. Okay, cool. I think it should be there now. Let me see if I can pin it in the chats as well. It should be in the description below this video right now. Should be. How do I pin it in the chats? I have to watch the video, isn't it? Okay, cool. Right, I've done that now. Yeah, but I don't know if it's pinned though. It's not pinned, is it? Listen, is Syed still here because he wanted to join? Is Syed still here? Right. Okay, if Syed is gone, then there's no point, yeah? There's no point. He said he wanted to join and he left. Anyways, people, listen. Just to round up this show, I've said my piece about a few of the players, and I'm gonna keep doing this almost every day. When I get a moment, it's all about any transfer news. And listen, Buendia for me is the person I would like to see in Arsenal. And the only reason I'm saying this is because he's proven in the Premier League. He had 7 assists when playing for Norwich, even when they got relegated. He has 7 assists now already in the Championship. He's the best player. He's helping them to lead the pack in the Championship. And he seems a very, very good player. And he's very athletic as well. And he's very young. So for me, that's the player that I'm probably going to be looking at and saying, listen, we need to go out and get him. We need to go out and get him. Isco is all right, but I don't want Isco to be another Bale. I don't want him to be another Bale, because you can see what's happening to Bale in Tottenham. These guys have not had playing time. And then they want to come to the hardest league in the world. It's going to be very difficult, people. It's going to be very, very difficult. But listen, thanks a lot for watching, people. Happy New Year once again. And I'll be seeing you guys very, very soon. Take care, people. Talk to you later. Cheers. You don't need a coach. You don't need a coach.